Cooking fish can be one of those challenging things for somebody to do perfect the first time. So that's why I created this recipe for the plank salmon. The plank is gonna yield a beautiful hickory smoke. It's gonna keep your fish from sticking and drying out. And then putting this delicious Creole sauce on the top is just gonna tie it all together. Let's hook up this beautiful charred Creole tomato sauce, that is. So we're gonna take some beautiful vine ripe tomatoes. Our Creole tomatoes are almost ready in season. They're like twice the size of one tomato. If you could get your hands on some of them Creole tomatoes, hook it up. Then we're gonna throw in some celery. Then we're gonna throw in some whole onion that we sliced in half and some bell pepper. Now, what do we get here? We get the Trinity. That's the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit for y'all who not Catholic from Louisiana. This is Creole cooking at its finest, okay? Now, we also got the love child garlic that we also gonna throw in there too, all right? Nobody ever really counts garlic a part of the family, but garlic's all a part of the family. You know, it's the one family member everybody loves, but always can't mention their name off their hand. That's what garlic is. So we got all of that. We put a little bit of oil in it, and I know we're gonna get our toss on. I know some of y'all out there are gonna think, why is he touching his food with his bare hands? I got you. Now let's just toss to evenly coat and make sure all the vegetables fill the same oil bath that we wanted. This is gonna keep any of these vegetables from sticking on the grill. Look at that, nice and shiny. That's all you're looking for, nice and shiny. Let's pop it on the grill. There's 1,000 ways we can make a Creole sauce, but I thought it'd just be really sexy while the grill is going to char some tomatoes, char the rest of the vegetables, stick that in the blender and let it twirl around. Especially down here, when it's Creole tomato season, you want to eat that as many times as possible because it's only a short season that you can enjoy this delicious treat. Even got the sign of Zorro or somebody on there. Look at that there. I don't know whose sign that is. Nice and beautiful. So you're just trying to get a nice char on it. You're not trying to blacken the vegetables, all right? But you're definitely trying to get some beautiful color on top. Nice and seared, charred, looking all lovely. That's what you want. So we're gonna just chop this in half just to make it, or quarter it just to make it easier for the blender. Drop it in there. All of it in there. And then we got half of a bell pepper. Just quarter it just to make it easy on the machine. You already got it easy because you don't have to chop all this by hand, all right? Then we got the celery. Just gonna cut this into a little bit smaller pieces just to make it easy on the machine, all right? We're gonna also toss in our garlic. 4 cloves. Look at how roasted and charred. And all this is gonna do is bring out the sweetness of the garlic to go with the nice roasted flavors to complement that bitter flavor that we give it to balance everything all out. Then we got some tomatoes. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Get y'all some of them Creole tomatoes. I'm telling you, find your friend with all the social media they got to send you some Creole tomatoes, all right? And then we're just gonna slice this. Put that in. Now, talking about Cajun Creole. This called lagniappe, all right? If you had 2 more tomatoes, you can do the whole thing. But you can save this to the side. We call that lagniappe, all right? So now to it, we're going to add some salt. If you're above the Mason-Dixon line, you want to use half of this cayenne that you see up in here. All right? And some dried thyme. Now we're just gonna blitz it. You can do chunky, you can do smooth, whatever your preference is for a tomato sauce. You can easily call this sauce a charred Cajun sauce, right? By just serving it chunkier than smooth. I prefer my sauce to be a little bit smoother, which is the refinement I learned from my Creole side. But I also know that my Cajun friends would be like, you're pureeing it too much, boy. And you know, they like to serve it a little bit chunkier. So that will be the real difference between Cajun Creole is the refinement of the dish. My Cajun brothers just want to hook it up and cut it however they need to, while my Creole guys would be like, hold on, sir. It needs to be fine chopped and diced, and then you can put it in there. My Cajun brother be like, man, chop that thing, put it in there, put some seasoning on it. We're going to eat good. So that is really the difference. Both cultures have the onion, celery, bell pepper, and trinity, and they also both use tomato sauce and tomatoes in their dishes. Now we got the charred salsa done. Now let's take care of the star of the show, our salmon. So what we did was we took some planks and we actually soaked them for 2 hours so they can absorb all of that moisture, so we don't have blackened plank salmon, okay? We want the plank to give off this beautiful aroma and not burn all the way, so that it's act as a wonderful base to our fish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip them all over, and we're just gonna rub down the skin with a little bit of oil, just so it doesn't stick. You can use any fish that you love. There is no rules to which you can use this recipe for, okay? And just rub them down. Give it a nice Thai massage, like I go to my girls around the corner from my house when I have a long workout. And give me a good rub down, okay? So now we're just gonna evenly season our fish. You always wanna season high. You never wanna season all up on the fish. You wanna give the fish some respect and some space, so this seasoning could just fall, all right? And just let it rain, all of that beautiful seasoning, okay? There's no need to panic, just take your time. All right, all of that seasoning. When it comes to using planks for my seafood, I love to go with cedar because it's nice and mild and a gentle smoke, and hickory because it's what I'm accustomed to. When I know something's been smoked, I know I want to taste the hickory. So now we're going to place our planks on the grills. The grill is heated to 400 degrees. We're going to cover it and let it cook for 3 minutes and let it do work. You know, the benefits of using the plank is not only will it look great at the end of the presentation, but it's definitely going to make you feel more comfortable about cooking fish on the grill. It's going to reduce stickage, and it's also going to keep the heat from licking that fish and burning it to a crisp. Because let's face it, nobody likes eating dried out fish. So that plank is going to add flavor, it's going to do heat protection, and it's going to give you a presentation all in one. Woo, woo. You should smell that plank and that fish doing work, son. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our charred salsa and we're just gonna go ahead on and pour like 3 good tablespoons on it, right? And then you just want to just kind of, you know, just spread it around a little bit, just a little bit, all right? Don't be shy with it. Have fun, you got plenty to go. I feel you. So you want to make sure that you soak your planks, because this is going to allow it to really absorb all of that moisture that's necessary for the 6 minutes that it's going to cook over a direct heat. If you skip this step, you're going to burn down the plank and the fish, and you're going to have to go to the grocery store to make groceries again. And you can see that as we pulled it off, it caught some flames, but that's fine because it was at the end. If you missed the soaking for 2 hours, you would have had that at minute 1. Do you see this deliciousness? All we have to do now is garnish it with some chives. If you're not as fancy as me, you can use green onions, all right? But that's it, just a little bit of chive action. Everybody's happy. That's the thing about this Creole sauce. It's perfect on anything. And if you don't even like fish, it will work perfect on chicken, it'll work perfect on steak, it'll work perfect just over some roasted vegetables. This sauce alone is a star, but this dish together is a magnificent piece of art. Oh yeah, nice and flaky. That charred tomato sauce, nice, spicy, cuts right through that richness of the salmon, so it balances the dish out nice and perfect. And like I said earlier, if you can't handle all the heat, just add a little bit of cayenne, and if you want a little bit more, you can always add a little bit later.